I always say that a great design can really skyrocket your sales for your print-on-demand Etsy store. But today, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to create those hot-selling designs. Let's go. Hi, I'm Jess. I've built multiple 6- and 7-figure Etsy stores in various niches, getting sales like these, and learning the ins and outs of Etsy, Amazon, and more. A wild and crazy event led me to start a totally new life traveling abroad, giving me the unique opportunity to step back, work a lot less, and start sharing all of my Etsy insights with you. So hit that subscribe button, grab a pen and paper, and let's jump in.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I have another fun video. This is another kind of two-part video because first, I'm going to show you this super impressive print-on-demand store and some of the smart ways they are standing out from competitors and really raking in just crazy amounts of sales. But then I'm going to show you a really fun app that lets you create your own cool creative designs like the ones in this store in just a few easy clicks. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a peek at what this store's sales stats are because this is really super impressive and you're going to love it. This store is actually called Kinder Planet Company, which is awesome. Such an awesome store name. And they actually have 37,548 sales. They have an average product price of about $20. And as you can see, this is a print on demand store. So they have prints, they have coffee mugs, they have t-shirts, the whole gamut here. So tons of cool stuff. If we go down to their feedback and sort by most recent, gonna see when their very oldest review was, and you can see that they actually started with some artwork type products in May of 2021. So this is a 2-year-old store, about 2 years and a quarter or so. I'm bad at spontaneous math here, but pretty impressive to rack up 37,000 sales in 2+ years. But when you take into effect that they have about a $20 price point, that actually puts their approximate annual sales at $333,000. That is crazy. That is $250,000 a year. And they've built that in 2 years time span. So super, super cool, super impressive. Now, as you can see, they have a pretty distinct and specific style of art that they have in their products. It's colorful, it's creative, but it's also kind of vintage, right? It has a very classic vintage look to it. And that is really selling well for them. It's consistent, it targets a very specific demographic. So their customers probably know exactly where to go when they want another shirt like this or when they want a print like this. It's very clear that they have cute designs that resonate with their particular style. So if they buy one thing from this shop, they're more likely to get repeat customers because their style is very, very consistent. And because they're selling prints and teas and coffee mugs, that also helps increase their customer base because if you're looking for gifts, you can give someone a coffee mug a lot easier than you can give someone a t-shirt because you may or may not know someone's size, right? Or you may give them a print, a wall print. There's different options in here. So they have a specific customer base and it's all print on demand products, but they have a variety of different types of products, which is a pretty good way to balance things out and broaden their customer base. So first, let's take a peek at one of their best sellers. We're going to take a look at this frog print. It is actually an Etsy's pick, and it's cute. It's a little funny. I think it's very appealing with the little frog and the tutu here, and of course, mushrooms. This is really cottagecore, and cottagecore is super trendy right now, but it is also retro. They are using words like retro, they're saying trendy, they're pointing out that it's an 80s style. They're using words like groovy and, of course, mushroom. And frogs. Frogs are also trending right now. So they do have some great words in their title to capitalize on all the variety that is in this one little print. And of course, this print can easily be drop shipped with a print on demand seller like Printify. I love Printify. Printify actually sponsors several of my videos, and they have the biggest selection at your fingertips all on one convenient site, and you can actually integrate it with your store. So if you were selling this and you integrated your store with Printify, then every time a customer buys this, you don't have to do anything. The order will automatically go over to Printify. It will automatically generate the order. When Printify ships your order, the tracking number will automatically be updated into your Etsy store and alert the customer. You literally don't have to do anything once you get this set up and synced in Printify. So I think that is super cool. And I do have a link if you want to check out Printify down in the video description below. I also have several great freebies for print on demand sellers, so check those out as well. All my goodies are down in the description. There's another one that I wanted to show you though, which is actually a t-shirt. This is a bestseller and it is in high demand. So we see this message that says in demand. 2 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So I like this. This is kind of a new message. I don't think I like it as much as the this is in 20 plus people's carts, but I do think it adds a lot of that buyer confidence because if other people are buying this, then it must be good, right? This is pretty popular and they are also using some pretty good variety in their title. We do see a little bit more repetition here in this title than we see in the frog print title. Wall art and wall prints, which are very similar, but the rest of the words are pretty well unique. They are not using that same strategy here. They have retro frog t-shirt and then funny MILF froggy t-shirt. So frog and froggy, cottagecore froggy tee, oversized unisex t-shirt, toad shirt, frog lover shirt, mom shirt gift. So we do see a lot more repetition and a little bit of variety like frog and toad, froggy. Those are 3 different ways to capture what this is about. And then of course we see t-shirt all in one here, shirt, t-shirt, and tee. So some variety mixed with some repetition for added emphasis in the algorithm. And I don't want to talk too much about their SEO because the demo part of this video is a little bit long, but I do have my SEO cheat sheet. I think I mentioned that in the last video, but it is also down in my freebies section. So check that stuff out. There's lots of value in my resources for you. So let's actually jump into this fun graphic design demo because I'm really excited about this software. It's kind of new, not a ton of people have heard of it yet, and I had tons of fun when they reached out to me and said, "Hey, will you check us out?" It was super fun to use. But before we jump into the step-by-step of how I make designs like this, I want to say a quick congratulations to Pub Giant 24. They opened their Etsy store a while ago and they are getting some success and growing. And I really wanted to take a quick second to cheer them on and wish them the biggest, most awesome successes with their Etsy store. If you have recently opened your Etsy store or hit a big milestone, please drop me a comment so I can shout you out in an upcoming video and we can all root each other on. Okay, let's get to the demo now. So, when this company first reached out to me, I was surprised I hadn't heard of it yet. It is super awesome. I love creating designs, I love doing graphic type things, and it was just a really fun platform. It has a lot of fun features. So, I'm not going to go on and on because I do break it down in the tutorial, but I do have an affiliate link down in the description below so you can check this out for free and see how you like it. So I'm going to basically make a design similar to this, of course, still staying unique because we never want to directly copy another Etsy seller. Maybe my design will be a little bit better, but keeping in mind that I'm doing this as fast as I can to show you guys some designs without dragging out 2 hours of your time. So first thing I'm going to do is start a new project. That's going to open me up a little project here, and I'm going to pick a frog because that's one of the key elements of the design. I'm just going to click on this frog just for time's sake because it's cute, and then I'm going to start exploring some of their mushrooms. Now, they have this fun little search bar here, and they have a ton of elements preloaded. You can choose one of their elements, or you can go ahead and upload your own elements to this as well. So it's really, really versatile. I'm clicking some of the mushrooms, just kind of playing around and seeing what ones I like. Um, some of their elements are coordinating, which is nice because they'll have similar styles already right off the bat, which makes them really easy to put together. And I also love how easy Kittl makes it to change the colors of things. So it's just a couple of clicks. You can change the entire color scheme. Or you can also change the color of elements individually as well. So it's really, really easy. And I think that when Kittl was trying to come up with unique features for their platform, they really did keep time into account and not wanting to make things take too incredibly long for people to use. So I really, really loved that. And I spent way too long just digging through their color palettes and playing with all the different colors because it was fun. So once you have kind of a color scheme that you like, you can go ahead and either continue adding elements or moving things around and kind of getting them into place the way that you want them. Now, I'm not really crazy about how this design is coming out so far, and even though I'm trying to be fast, I still want it to look good, but I also want it to be cohesive. So adding a couple more design elements, you can see how easy it is. You literally just drag and drop and size things around. You can add shadows if you want. You can change the individual colors if you want. There's all these different options, and really the usability is pretty similar to Canva. If you've used Canva before, I found this to be pretty user-friendly and pretty similar to Canva's options. Obviously, the layout is a little bit different, but it was just super simple to use, and I found that really helpful as well. I know some of the programs like Template and Cordial are so much more difficult to kind of navigate and not as user friendly as this. So even though the intention between those two design programs is a little bit different, I did appreciate really how user friendly Kittl was with adding elements and accessing the different layers and changing the colors and all that fun stuff. So as you can see, I'm just kind of moving things around, I'm adding things, I'm playing with the colors, and I'm just trying to make it look cohesive and cute as a unified design. And of course, this frog I picked first is not really matching with the mushroom, so I'm gonna actually use this little frog that has the guitar because it goes more with my cottagecore kind of vibe. So I'm just gonna size this down so that I can see when I add my wording how it's gonna look, and then quickly change to a color scheme that fits my cottagecore type of vibe. And once I have it looking the way I want it, I can go ahead and add some text. So I am just going to click this little text button right here on the side that says add text, and they have a ton already pre-made. Looking at their design, their text is really basic, really bold, not a whole bunch of craziness going on. I'm just going to find something that I feel like looks nice, keeping in mind, again, I'm trying to be as fast as possible here so that I'm not pulling you through 1,000 different designing curves so that I'm not wasting all of your time essentially. So I'm just going to put this drag and drop text in. I'm going to adjust my elements because I feel like they're a little bit too big for the canvas now that I have my wording in here. And what I really loved about Kittl specifically is that they make it so easy to add effects to your text, and that makes it so fun. You can put shapes to them so that they can curve, they can make circles, they can rise, and it's super easy to adjust. You really can drag and drop this to curve it. So for example, I'm gonna just curve it here to kind of match the way that the mushrooms go up and down so that the text really curves around the mushrooms. And in hindsight, it's a little difficult because this is only a 4-letter word here. So I'm going to actually go back and add in some periods to kind of space this out and give myself just a little bit more room to play with. And I think that'll probably look a little nicer as well. So now it kind of curves a little bit better and it has a little bit more space, which makes it easier for your eyes to really read the lettering. I'm not crazy about this font, I'm going to be honest, but I'm trying to be kind of quick here, so we're sticking with it. I've committed and it's done. Adding a smaller text here at the bottom. I'm sticking with that same cute "man, I love frogs" statement. And again, I don't like this text. I'm going to adjust some of the colors here and see if that looks a little bit better. I'm fairly certain that I'm just making it worse. So yeah, I think really it's just a poor font choice, and in real life, I would be taking more time and energy to find a font that I like that I think fits. But one thing that I really, really loved about Kittl is that they also have pre-made designs. So, like me, if you don't like the design that you're creating, you can actually just use one of their pre-made templates. And they actually have this really cute frog template frog design with the frog with the guitar that I like and mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and actually erase everything I did and start over with this fun little pre-made frog template. Super easy. I'm going to erase the little moons up here because that doesn't fit the vibe that I'm going for. And I'm going to put my text back up at the top here because I started over, so it erased my text. Now you can see a lot of different font choices to choose from here, which is great. And you can really play around and find a font that you think fits your specific design style. You can just click to change the colors pretty easily, and it already adds the document colors down at the bottom for you. So it makes it super easy to have everything matching and cohesive. Then once you have the colors the way you want, you can go ahead again and just move the text around. You can adjust the spacing so that it's a little bit more put together. You can put it closer, farther apart, and then of course you can add curves like I did with my previous design. So if I want it to curve around the top of this little frame here that they have, that is really literally very easy to do, as you can see here. So once you have the text kind of curved and spaced the way that you want it to here, you can start tweaking some of the other elements of the design. So this particular design has these stars in the background, and I'm not sure how I feel about these stars, if I move them out of the way of the letters a little bit, or if you want, you can even ungroup the elements and just kind of move them manually. Of course, that's going to take a little bit more time, but if you're a perfectionist, it might be worth the extra couple of seconds to just kind of shift things over and have them looking exactly how you want them to look. Easy peasy. I'm just going to actually make this entire thing a little bit smaller so I can add that bottom wording in here. And I'm going to click to add the bottom wording and just match it to the same font that I used at the top. Type in my little "man, I love frogs" statement here. And then just like with Canva, you can slide things around and adjust the layout of the wording how you want it to be. Using my little documents colors, I'm going to see which one of these I like the most. And then just make some minor sizing adjustments until it looks exactly how I want it. Super, super easy. Now, this is basic text. It doesn't have the same effects as the top. So if I want it to match the kind of style and theme as the top, I can go ahead and add that little shadow effect there. And I don't really like the way this background is. It's distracting, and I obviously can't put this on different colored shirts when it has a colored background. So I'm just going to delete the background altogether and have a nice transparent base. When you go to download this, you have lots of download options and you can adjust the pixel size so that it is nice and big and clean on your image for when you print. So if you want to download it as a printable design for Printify, I typically use a PNG file to do that, just so that it's the size and the exact pixels that I want it to be. And if you're doing this as a digital print and maybe selling it as a digital download, you can also choose to download it as a PDF or as a JPEG file. Now, I don't think I mentioned this before. I did show you this with the other design, but there is an ability to change the colors of the entire design palette all at once with that same color palette feature. So even though this design was pre-made for me and all I did was add some text and shift things around, I can still change the entire color scheme. So it's super, super easy. And there's lots and lots of pre-made designs here to choose from. So I went quick trying to find one that matched my little cottagecore frog aesthetic that I was trying to duplicate. But you can scroll through here and see so many options. They have preset options, even for social media, for posters, for all kinds of things. And obviously, you can use a poster design for a t-shirt. You can use a t-shirt design for a poster. Like these are just suggestions, and really the creativity is completely up to you to use it how you want. There's so many different options for creating the exact style of design that you really want to make without spending a massive amount of time designing. And I know I am always telling you guys about personalized products. So I love that they actually have frames. They call them masks. Canva calls them frames. The context is the same. You can pre-make a design that has a frame or a mask in it, and you can use that in a personalized design so that when a customer places an order, all you have to do is literally drag and drop the photo into the little mask and it applies it to that shape for you in your design. Fast and easy, and it allows you to create personalizable products fairly quickly because you are essentially creating your design in Kittl to use as a template. So you can just come in here, change the text, throw the picture into the mask, download the file, and then upload it directly to Printify really quickly and really, really easily. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of other features in here too. There's banners, there's elements, so many different design options that you can really dig in here and play around with. One of the things that I really liked about Kittl as well is that they have a lot of texturized types of designs. So some of the popular things that we tend to see on t-shirts at the store, like at Target, for example, is this kind of rainbow circular design, and they put a texture on it to make it look really vintage and old. And so I thought that was really cool that Kittl incorporated those kinds of really popular design concepts as pre-made drag and drop sort of elements that you can incorporate into your own designs. So that was really fun to play with as well. And this is a really comprehensive platform. There is a lot of stuff in here and a lot of different things that you can design with and create. So, just to make things a little bit easier for you guys and just to really simplify the process altogether, they have a lot of tutorials. So not only are they giving you all of these cool designs and elements that you can use, they also are showing you how to use them. So you're not spending 10 minutes playing with things like me, like I am in this tutorial, just kind of dragging and dropping and playing around with things, you can jump right to one of their little tutorial videos to see exactly what you're trying to do and save yourself more time and save yourself any potential frustration. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes me, when I'm trying to do something on Canva, I know it can be done and I've seen it before, but I don't know how to do it. So I often find myself trying to YouTube things and look for tutorials. So I thought it was cool that Kittl has their own little built-in library of tutorials. So that was pretty cool as well. And then last but not least, the other fun thing that I really, really liked about this is that they actually have a built-in mockup generator right here. You literally click the mockup buttons and it takes you to either flat lays or they have a bunch of mockups on models and it makes it super easy. It puts your design already right there. All you have to do is just size it a little bit, slide it around where you want it to go, and that's it. It's set. You can see that it actually curved the design a little bit to fit the model's posture and the way that her shirt is shaped, which is great. You really don't get that on a lot of mock-up services. Placeit does it, and I do have a link to Placeit down in the video description below, but Placeit also doesn't have a ton of free options. They have some, but not a ton. So I thought having more options here in this Kittl service was fantastic, and I really, really loved that. So when you go to download this, you're going to want to optimize the quality and remove the background, and then you can download it as the PNG or as the PDF. So for using this, for example, as a print-on-demand shirt, I'm going to download it as a PNG. I'm then going to take that PNG file and I'm going to pull it into Printify. So if you're selling print-on-demand shirts, Printify, I've already said, is my go-to. They have the best selection without having to worry about a bunch of changes of inventory or running out of inventory or changing prices or any of that nonsense. This is just fast, easy, streamlined, makes my life simple. So one of the most popular shirt styles that they sell on Etsy is actually a Bella Canvas unisex short sleeve t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and click that and show you guys just how quick and easy it is to set this up as a streamlined design on Printify. So they have different choices of who you can choose as your seller. You're going to want to pay attention to their scores, their feedback scores here, because that's going to tell you what their quality is like. I typically like Monster Digital and SwiftPod. They've both provided pretty good quality for me. I'm just going to pick one for time's sake today and click on that to open up my editor. And then I'm just going to add a design from my device. Going to go straight to my downloads folder and upload that design I just got from my Kittl platform. And because I already adjusted it in Kittl to that 45 by 4500 pixels, you can see here that it tells me it's a good high resolution. If you don't have a good resolution, this will warn you right here, but it is great. Then I can go ahead and preview my design and see how it's going to look. You can also use these previews as mockups, but I'm not going to explain a whole lot about that today because I'm trying to keep this short and I already have taken up so much of your time today. But this is how we're going to do our checking of the design just to make sure it looks good, everything looks nice. When we're done, we're going to save the product and that's going to add this product right to my inventory. I would have this synced to my Etsy store already. Choose which photos you want to add to your Etsy listing. Add your title. You can add your description here, and don't worry, you can always update this description in Etsy as well. Choose the size and colors you want to add, and when you are all done, you just publish the listing. Easy peasy. This listing then will go into your products list on Printify, and it will also add the listing directly to your Etsy store. You can then open the listing in Etsy and add your other images, update your title tags, product description, and all that good stuff. And then every time you get an Etsy order, Printify is going to do all the work for you. They're going to pull that order into their system, make it, ship it out. Monster Digital will actually ship it out for you. Update your Etsy order with the tracking. Everything is done. Bada bing, bada boom. No more work for you. So that is such a simple way to make a passive stream of income, and you can spend your time totally focused on creating more designs instead of worrying about processing orders. Okay, so now that I have given you a fun new website to play around with and check out for a few hours, I am going to prompt you to check out the recent video I did of the absolutely biggest, hottest print on demand designs that are selling right now so you can brainstorm some fun design ideas that you can make in Kittl. Be sure to check that out here.